Springs, Foster, I know that I'm meeting with you all as a recording of this tomorrow. However, I realize that I'm going to have to be moving very fast and you will have questions. I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can. Thanks to Springs students for sending me a list of questions about the midterm. So I'm going to go quickly through here. I am recording this, obviously. I'll post it up so that you will be able to watch it. So, general questions. There are 91 questions on the midterm. You have 180 minutes to take the exam. So you have to be prepared and able to move quickly through your material. You have 2 attempts to take the exam. Now, if you need a second attempt, the only questions you will see, and this works in your favor, will be the questions that you got incorrect. So honestly, there is no real reason why you should not make an incredibly high score, because on the second attempt, you're looking at only the questions that you missed. Okay? Now, each question is worth 2.3 each. There's no weighted questions. So it's going to give you a point, it's going to give you 200 points. It's a 200-point test. So you know how to do the basic arithmetic. If all you want to do is make a 70, then you do the arithmetic. How many points will you need in order to make the minimum? Then you bump it up to 80%. What would you need to make? And then up to 90%. So how many questions? You figure that out yourself. Now, what you'll get, because your score will be posted immediately upon completion. Do not send me an email that you found a bad question. Do not waste your time. I have a program that I run after everyone is finished, and I go and find the bad questions. Then I will go back and adjust your points, giving you back if there are any really bad questions that I need to give you back your 2.3. So don't email me, okay? Now, as soon as I get that score fixed, then I will send you an email that your final score on the midterm is ready. Now, y'all, I've taught dual credit forever and 6 days. And I promise, if you will listen to me in just a second, my passing rate for the midterms stands at 95% of my students pass. I mean, like a high score. Very few students fail the midterm. Now, for those of you at Foster, Coach Jackson can tell you that. For Springs, Miss Morgan, let me assure your students that if they do what they're asked to do, they should have no problem. Now, it is mostly multiple choice. I threw in a few true-false kind of to give you a break, although I realize that sometimes true-false is harder than multiple choice. Now, here's what you need to know. I don't mean to sound negative, but you're going to be tempted sitting at home with your phone to text one another. Here's what you need to know. Every test is scrambled. No 2 students have the exact same test. Not only are the order of the questions scrambled, but within each question, all of the answers are scrambled. You will not have the same test. And then if you have to take that second attempt, then it's scrambled yet again. Be on the honor system, do your own work. You have everything you need with your guided vocabularies. That's why you've done all this work. And so here's the point. Think about your guided vocabularies, more on that in a minute. Many of you have your 15 bonus points from the very beginning of school under the student profile. So after I've gone through, taken, given the points back for bad questions, etc., then I add 15 points to the final score. Now, the highest you can make is 100 or 200. If you make 200, you've made, quote, 100. I can't give you 235 on an exam. Okay? So it's like you're allowed to miss 15 questions. Think about it that way. Now, all of the units are covered. Some people were saying, well, which are the most important units? Well, I hate to sound like a cheesy professor, but every unit is covered with about the same number of questions. The exam is going to stop at the Constitutional Convention and the Constitutional Outline. Ladies and gentlemen, every question is taken straight from the guided vocabularies. Think about it. Now, here's what I'm asking you seriously. Have you even looked at the very first vocabulary you did the first week of school? I kind of doubt it. And then I have to ask you, did you go and make corrections? Did you go and add things? Fix mistakes? Now, you need to take those guided vocabularies. Can you access your guided vocabularies, hunt down the correct information, and do it all with 91 questions in 180 minutes? Yes, you can. If you are organizing your vocabularies, I'd do them in order. Now, if it were me, I'd print those suckers out and have them right by my side, because you don't want to be switching screens. You don't want any of that. I would take them and print them out, get yourself a highlighter, and treat it like you're just reading. That's all you're doing is reading, and you go, oh my goodness, I forgot all about that. I'd swipe it with my highlighter. You've got to do this. You've got to be organized. And I would say to you, try to read over all of your vocabularies, but concentrate on those first 2 or 3 units at least twice before the exam. If you don't do that, then there's nothing much else that I can do to help you or give you any kind of security or, shore you up about your nervousness. So this was a very good question. What happens if there's a technical problem? Now, once you start this exam, do not stop. Do not you may have to run to the restroom. You may have to go let the dog out, but don't turn anything off. You leave it sitting. Run, do whatever. Make sure your computer does not shut down when you step away. Go in there and fix your computer so it will, not, quote, go to sleep. You don't want it to go to sleep. Okay? However, now, if that happens, I can't help you. You've used an attempt. However, if the electricity goes off, which means your Wi-Fi shuts down, if you have a PC, you know that in the middle of class, they'll just decide to update. It's going to mess you up. There will be times, depending on the age of your computer, what kind of computer you have, that the exam will just freeze. And it will not save your answers. Shut it down. Force it to shut down. And then immediately you send me a text message. I've given you my personal phone number. You send me a text message immediately. Don't cry. Don't get upset. Grab the phone. Give me your name. Which school? This is Foster. Foster, I need to know if you're in the 3rd or 5th period. Give me your phone number, and I will call you immediately. And then I'll help you fix. You will get another attempt, okay? And then you've got to, regardless of, unless the electricity goes off, you've got to call the help desk. So here is the number from the help desk, and you have to know your Lone Star ID. Now, I will talk to you about this in class, as I said, tomorrow, Tuesday. But I wanted you to have this so you could listen to it. But please think about have you read over the guided vocabularies? Can you access those guided vocabularies as you move quickly through the exam? This right here, where I'm moving my mouse around, is the greatest advice I can give you. I hope this helps. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.